Hey, made it. So it looks like MrBeast has finally responded over on Twitter after he posted in July about him running an internal investigation into the Ava Tyson scandal and whatever else was going on within his company. Independent investigators were hired. Looks like it's finally concluded as of the 1st of November. So he responded to his own tweet where he put, a 3-month investigation into allegations regarding my company is concluded. The law firm investigators reviewed millions of documents/messages and conducted 39 interviews. I was asked to refrain from making public statements to enable detailed and unbiased investigations below their conclusions. So I assume he's referring in this to not responding to any of DogPack's videos, and this is essentially his response to DogPack videos. I'm going to go through the findings of what this law firm found. I'm going to show you someone that added context yesterday, but that context has since been removed. Let's sort of discuss the general points around this, and then just see what you guys think about it. So, the investigation produced the following significant findings. Allegations of sexual misconduct, e.g. between company employees and minors, are without basis. The allegations were soundly rejected, including by alleged victims. I guess we don't have the full context of this, so it's kind of impossible to say is that right or wrong. I mean, it looks like DogPack's trying to disprove all this still, but we'll get to that later. Allegations of the company knowingly employing individuals with proclivities or histories towards illegal or questionable legal conduct, similarly without basis. Here too, the allegations were uniformly rejected. Again, I'm not really too clued in on all this stuff. It just seems like what DogPack was throwing out there, and also this whole Delaware scenario that he was throwing in there. They got Jake Weddle to confirm it, but it doesn't really look like he's that reliable of a source in my opinion from my previous videos. Several isolated instances of workplace harassment and misconduct were identified during the investigation. The company was informed of such conduct and took swift and appropriate actions to address the incidents, including where necessary disciplining or letting go of implicated individuals. I wonder if that's DogPack they're talking about. But no, we'll keep reading. As you're well aware, the company has grown exceedingly quickly from a YouTube startup comprised of a group of young talented individuals to a much larger entity. It is not uncommon that policies and practices essential in a major company would lag behind commercial success. This appears to have been the case here and has in many circumstances allowed for inappropriate conduct. So they say there has been inappropriate conduct, so at least they're admitting that. It is clear that the company is committed to remedying historical issues and creating a mature culture where problematic behaviours are not tolerated and it enters its new phase. So I would assume this is after the whole Ava Tyson scandal scenario thing. They're not really talking too much about that though, and I kind of feel like if you're proving this and proving it not guilty and there was no evidence of all this sexual misconduct, where's Ava Tyson in all this then? Are they coming back or are they gone forever? If there is nothing, where have they gone? That's my big question. The company's already implemented or is in the process of implementing changes to ensure a safe and professional corporate culture today and moving forward. These include sending a clear message regarding the tone at the top. Okay. Sure. Hiring a new Chief Executive Officer, Chief People Officer, and General Counsel, and soon to be hired a Chief Financial Officer. Okay, so I guess they're addressing what DogPack said about super secret CEO, and maybe they're bringing in a new CEO by the looks of it. Implementing mandatory corporate training for all employees. I guess you'd have that anyway, but as they've said, it's a YouTube business, so I could sort of see the points, but again, I'm not defending MrBeast in this. We'll just get to that at the end. Develop a new policies codified in an employee handbook. I'm surprised they don't have an employee handbook considering how big they are. Again, this kind of stems from them not being a proper company and maybe until now, or not being a company that's done in the same way that a company of that size should be run essentially. Establish an anonymous reporting mechanism hotline for employees. I'm sure you'll get fired for accessing that one. No, I'm just kidding. Swiftly terminating individuals who violated company policy regardless of their position or level within the company, identifying additional employees for targeted training and executive coaching to address professionalism and compliance with company policy. This officially concludes our investigation. We remain available if you need any follow-ups or further questions. Very truly yours, Alex Spiro. So the conclusions are, yeah, some stuff happened that probably shouldn't have happened. Most of it they've kind of just dismissed and said, yeah, everything's fine. But I guess they're going to do that if they're being paid by a company to essentially audit the things that have gone on within the company. Someone added this context handily last night. Clarification of the context seems necessary. This document is a result of an investigation requested by MrBeast and conducted by Quinn Emanuel, a private white shoe law firm which was paid by MrBeast. It was not conducted by a government agency. So basically a lot of the people in the comments of this are saying that it's not realistic to basically dox yourself, to basically audit yourself and pay someone else to have a look into this for you because they're going to come back with a biased view. I had a look at Quinn Emanuel, and they are like a very prestigious law firm. I'm not from America, so I don't really know what white shoe even meant until this, but it basically means a very prestigious law firm. So they're obviously very big, and they will have been paid a lot of money to do this. So I guess that's the counter argument. If they're being paid money to show that this is the case, then surely they're not going to lie about it. But then also, what are they actually going to look into? And again, this isn't for like a court case or anything, so I don't understand how that works with them just investigating this. For what purpose other than being paid to investigate it? So I can kind of see both sides. One side is Quinn Emanuel have no reason to lie, every reason to investigate this properly as they are paid to do. But on the other hand, what are they investigating it for other than by being paid to do it? I don't know enough about law to actually chime in on any of this stuff. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. Do you think this actually gets rid of all of the worries about MrBeast, or do you think that this is just like a throwaway, nothing's wrong with it kind of thing? I personally think he still needs to make a video and address some of the stuff that DogPack said and kind of just shoot DogPack down. But at this point, what's even the point in him doing that, you know what I mean? But yeah, like at this point, what is the point in him even making a follow-up statement past that? You've got a big law firm to say everything's fine and they're making the changes, and you have 326 million subscribers. This whole downfall of MrBeast hasn't happened. I hate to say it, as much as some of the arguments by DogPack were compelling arguments, and I do think he made valid points some of the time, it just isn't enough. It's not done anything. And then what was the point in it all? That's what I'm sort of getting at here. What did DogPack actually achieve by doing any of this? It might have shaped the landscape for MrBeast's company to change a bit, which it sounds like those changes need to happen anyway, especially not having an employee handbook for a company that large. But maybe those changes should have been made prior and whatever. So I don't think MrBeast is completely innocent, but also it's not a government investigating him, so there was never going to be anything from this. Unless someone actually takes it to court, which would be the whole, like, if you actually want to do something, I don't know why you wouldn't just do that. Especially by essentially ruining every piece of evidence you've ever got, evidence in the form of those texts and messages on Instagram that actually just do nothing. Twitter DMs, which again, you just black out the names and say, oh, this person's an ex-MrBeast employee. Like, okay, but are they? This is the issue I have with it. Like, I'm not defending MrBeast, as I've said, but the problem comes with this is when everyone is preying on everyone's downfall, especially when it's such a big channel. But like, I do think there is definitely wrongdoing on MrBeast's part. I just think DogPack did not handle this in the right way to get the attention. The attention is there, but it's just going to be swept under the rug and forgotten about. MrBeast is still out here making new products, promoting Lunchly, still in the headlines and still promoting products and still selling products, still getting hundreds of millions of views per video. So it just hasn't done anything. This is my issue. And there's this whole thing from DogPack about, oh, I'm going to release part 3 video when MrBeast responds. Well, MrBeast responded now, so you're gonna release that part 3, or are you scared you're going to get sued and that's going to be the end of it? Or did you actually not have any valid points to begin with? Like, I have a lot of issues with some of the evidence DogPack provides, especially his super secret CEO video. I found it very boring the way it was laid out. It was also just lots of screenshots, which screenshots don't prove anything. This is what I've said time and time again. I've said it in the no scope video, I've said it in the other videos. I'm not defending it, but also if you're going to come at somebody that big, you need to have proper evidence with a proper argument. Saying I can get a third party to look at it, I guess, is the same as what MrBeast has done. It doesn't really actually prove anything. So, I don't know. Unless the government or someone gets involved and says, we need to investigate MrBeast properly, nothing's going to happen. And since that tweet from MrBeast, all we've got from DogPack is, a 3-month investigation is only 2 pages? Care to elaborate on how you didn't know you hired an RSO? Care to elaborate on several isolated instances of workplace harassment and misconduct? I mean, what is the point in him elaborating on it? I'm not taking MrBeast's side, but you're coming out with such stupid points. Why? What purpose would he have to elaborate on any of those things? This to them, and as a company, suppresses all of this. Like, I don't think it's right, and I don't think these 2 pages of evidence, again, from a law firm saying, yeah, nothing happened, or some things happened, but we've sorted it out now, I don't think that really does it. But also, you saying there's only 2 pages, and why aren't you elaborating on these things? Probably because the law firm has said, don't elaborate, because there's no need to elaborate. Like, this is the issue that we're facing here. He's not being investigated by anyone other than random YouTubers who post these, like, kind of strange claims. And again, some of the information DogPack provides, yeah, it seems reasonable, but you've gone about it the wrong way. So unless he's going to release a part 3 video that has actual evidence, which you wouldn't post online anyway because it would then not be able to be used in court anyway, Like, what are we doing here? Is DogPack just going to fade away into the background now, or is he going to post part 3 finally and, respond to MrBeast as MrBeast has now finally responded? My thoughts are no, he isn't going to do that. He's just going to fade away and become a no one like he is, obviously, but like, I don't know. I just think this whole situation has been really, really weird. It's been fun to watch it all kind of unfold and just be a complete mess and be dealt with in the worst possible way. And then you have like 600 MrBeast ex-employee clones that post a video saying, he did this and he did that, but like, it's not the right way to go about it. All you're doing is clout chasing there. You're just trying to gain a following by telling your story that doesn't really do anything. Especially the Jake Weddle story, I just found that completely and utterly ridiculous. You signed a contract and agreed to do something, and then you complain about signing a contract and agreeing to do something, and complain about being paid money to do it. But that's neither here nor there, and you'll probably hate me in the comments for that, but I just think some of these claims are ridiculous. Some of them, like the sexual misconduct, yeah, okay, that definitely needs investigating, and clearly it has been to an extent. Maybe it needs investigating more, but I'm not the one to say that, and no one else is. It needs to just be done within the company, or get the police. The police need to get involved and do something. As civilians, and as a civilian journalist, essentially, as DogPack is, as someone like that, and someone like me, what can we do about that? Nothing. Like, you can provide the evidence online, but it doesn't really do anything, unless you give that evidence to the authorities. So, this is what I'm trying to say here. Going on this whole, like, vigilante run of posting these videos that'll bring down MrBeast, but never actually do anything, is there really any point to that, is what I'm trying to ask you. You have to let me know in the comments, do you think it was worth DogPack posting these videos? Because I certainly wasn't that aware of some of the things MrBeast has done, some of like the potential illegal things that are like borderline illegal, and the things that will definitely be illegal, but I don't know whether it's him that's actually done it or not, because it's hard to tell. But you'll have to let me know in the comments. So there's been a bit of an update on the whole MrBeast situation. Hopefully it's not too long for you guys. I could make like 3-hour videos like more Pegasus, but no, I'm just messing with you. Those videos still have a place on YouTube, so I can't fault it really. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you made it this far, please make sure you subscribe. It'll really help the channel out. And with that, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.